Hello students, welcome to my Excel Academy. So today we are going to be looking at questions on distance concerning 2 points. So here we have 3 questions here. So we'll start with the first one. We have the distance between the points A and B is dash. So we have option A, B, C and D. So let's look at the one that is the correct option. So what do we do when we are solving the distance between 2 points? We say that the distance, I'll be using D to show distance, is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. So this is the formula we are going to be using in solving the distance between 2 points. So yeah, these are the points A and point B. So let us locate our x1, x2 and y1 and y2. So this is the first point. So the first coordinate here is x1 and this one is what? Y1. Then here we have x2 and y2 because this is the second point. So use x before y. So we have the point. Then we'll go to the formula we substitute. We are going to be having x2. x2 is 8. Then minus x1. x1 is what? Is 5 all squared. Then plus. We have y2. y2 is minus 3 minus y1. y1 is what? Is 1. Then we have what? Squared. So this is how we do it. Now we subtract. This is square root. Now we have 8 minus 5 will give us 3. So we have 3 squared plus, and this is minus 3 minus 1 will give us minus 4. So we have minus 4 all squared. So if you solve this, this will give us 3 squared is 9 plus minus 4 squared will give us plus what? 16. So if we add up 9 plus 16, that will give us 25. So we'll be having square root of what? 25. And square root of 25 is what? Is 5. So we have the answer. So that means the distance between these 2 points is simply what? 5. So option B is correct. And let's solve the second one. Here we have 2 points also, P and Q, and it asks us to find line PQ, which is the distance between point P and what? And Q. So whenever you see this, we are also referring to the what? The distance. So use the same formula. This is D equal to square root. We have x2 minus x1 all squared and y2 minus y1 all squared. So we go to the first point. This will be x1 and this will be y1. Then the second point, this will be x2 and this will be what? Y2. So if we substitute, we see that our x2 is minus 1, then minus x1. x1 is what? Is 2. Remember, we take the square of the both, then plus y2. y2 is minus 2, then minus y1. y1 is what? Is 5 all squared. So if we should solve this, this will give us square root. This is minus 1 minus 2 will give us minus 3. So we have minus 3 all squared plus, here we have minus 2 minus 5 will give us minus 7. So we have minus 7 all squared. So if we should solve this, this will be square root. So minus 3 squared will give us 9 plus minus 7 squared will give us 49. So we should plus 49 and 9, that will give us 58. So we have square root of what? 58. So the correct option here is what? Is C, square root of what? 58. Now let's solve the third one. We have find the distance between the 2 points. We have the 2 points here. So the distance there will be square root. Then we have x2 minus x1 all squared. Then we have y2 minus y1 all squared. So here we can see that x1 is this, y1 is this, then x2 will be this, and y2 is what? Is this. So if we should substitute, x2 will be minus 2 minus x1. x1 is minus 1. So our x1 is minus 1. We already have a minus in the formula. So you have to take note of that. Very important. X squared, then y2 is minus 3. Then we have a minus, then y1 is what? Is plus 4. So we have this all squared. So this will give us, now remember, minus times minus will give us what? Plus. So we have minus 2 plus 1, which will give us minus what? 1 all squared. Then plus, this is minus 3 minus 4 is minus what? 7. So we should solve this. We'll be having minus 1 squared is 1 plus minus 7 squared is plus what? 49. And that will give us square root of what? Of 50. So we have square root of 50. So if you watch the options, you won't see square root of 50. Means that we can simplify this more. So remember that when we have square root of 50, square root of 50 is same as 25 times 2, which is 25 times 2 will give us 50. But 25 is a perfect number, which will give us, we take the square root, it will give us 5. So we have 5. Then what remains inside is what? Is root 2. So we have 5 root 2. So the correct option is what? Is A. So that is how we solve this question on distance. So you have seen it. And now I will give you an assignment. Try to use this formula to solve and see if it will give you the same answer. Now try to use d equal to square root of x1 minus x2 all squared plus y1 minus y2 all squared. So try to use this formula to solve for these 3 different questions and check if your answer will be what? The same. So in the next class, we are going to see how we solve with 3 dimensions. So these are 2 dimensions for 2 points. So there are cases where we'll be having 3 dimensions for the 2 points. So you'll be having x, y, and what? And z. So we'll see how we solve that in the next class. Thank you.